right now on 18 Eyewitness News.
I'm Store Tracker Chief Meteorologist Dustin Cobb. Summertime heat is continuing, but will we see any thunderstorms in the future? I'll let you know.
The Poplar Bluff Chamber of Commerce has issued a bad check alert, and there's some good news coming out of the Federal Reserve. Plus, a former pastor pleads guilty. 18 Eyewitness News starts right now.
18 Eyewitness News starts now.
The Poplar Bluff Chamber of Commerce has issued a bad check alert. Thanks for joining us, everybody, on 18 Eyewitness News. I'm Fred Dawkins. Our top story: the Chamber was notified by the Butler County Prosecuting Attorney's Office that the suspect, Delinda Tucker, has been writing bad checks and that she has written several of them in the area. Tucker currently has a felony warrant out for her arrest. Anyone with information on Tucker is asked to contact the Poplar Bluff Police Department at 785-5776. The Farmington High School Marching Band will be having a summer barbecue and car wash on Saturday, June 29th. Band director Linda Huck tells 18 Eyewitness News what you can expect at this fundraiser.
We'll be having a car wash for donations, and the students will mostly be operating that venue. And then our adults are going to be barbecuing pork steaks, bratwurst, hamburgers with some side dishes, or you can have it as a sandwich.
Linda tells us that the cost for plates range from $6 for the pork steak place, with prices lower for others. The fundraiser gets underway at 10:30 a.m. at the parking lot of the United Memorial Methodist Church on Karsh Boulevard. Funds raised will help benefit the FSS Marching Band program. A group of retired crash investigators featured the new documentary TWA Flight 800 claimed the cause of a 1996 plane crash near Long Island was covered up. TWA Flight 800 exploded over Long Island shortly after taking off from John F. Kennedy International Airport, killing 230 people. A 4-year-long investigation concluded that the cause of the blast was an exploding fuel tank. But now, 6 retired investigators from TWA, the National Transportation Safety Board, and the Airline Pilots Association says the final report was falsified.
The general consensus is it was either a terrorist attack that they wanted to ignore or an accident as a result of military operations that went wrong and they didn't want to acknowledge responsibility for it.
The investigators say they have radar and forensic evidence to prove the explosion came from outside the airplane. They're calling for federal investigators to reopen the case. Pharmacy benefits manager Express Scripts is planning a $50 million expansion of its corporate headquarters in the St. Louis area. Company officials said Wednesday St. Louis beat out several other states for the expansion, which is expected to create 1,500 new jobs by 2018. Now Dustin Cobb is here with a look at our Southeast Missouri forecast, and it looks like a good one.
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. This afternoon we saw some cloud cover throughout the area and some cloud cover this evening to start the evening out. About 85 degrees at 7 p.m., but decreasing cloud cover overnight. Temperature around 78 degrees at 9 p.m. and by midnight clear skies and a temperature of 73. How long will this nice weather last temperature-wise? Well, it's not going to last long. The summer is definitely here and it starts tomorrow. We'll get you all the weather information that you need coming up just a little bit.
And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, there's some good news coming out of the Federal Reserve. That story coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins and Dustin Cobb. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
There's some good news coming this week from the Federal Reserve. Chairman Ben Bernanke says the economy is improving and doesn't need as much help from the government as in recent years. Gary Lane has more.
Federal Reserve Board Chairman Ben Bernanke is optimistic about an improving U.S. economy, but he says the Fed will take a go-slow approach. It will continue the stimulus, including the purchase of $85 billion worth of bonds each month. But Bernanke says as the economy continues to improve, the stimulus efforts will be scaled back.
We would continue to reduce the pace of purchases in measured steps through the first half of next year, ending purchases around mid-year.
While unemployment remains high, currently at 7.6%, Bernanke and other economists believe the rate could drop to as low as 6.5% sometime next year. Bernanke says an increase in new home construction and sales have boosted the economy.
The housing sector, which has been a drag on growth since the crisis, is now obviously a support to growth. It's not only creating construction jobs, but as house prices rise, increase household wealth.
Higher interest rates will have an impact on consumers, making it more costly to buy cars and homes. Mortgage rates already have risen 0.5% since May and are now above 4%. They haven't been this high in more than a year. Sarah and David Turnbull are prospective first home buyers in Newberry Park, California. They want to get in before the rates go higher.
People are really thinking that makes a big difference in my monthly payment and what I can afford.
That's because every 1% increase in home mortgage rates makes owning a home about 10% more costly. A 1% increase means the monthly payment on a $500,000 home would increase more than $239. As for car loans, the higher rates mean it will cost Sarah and Jeff an additional $200 per year to replace their current vehicle. The upside is Americans will earn higher interest on their savings accounts and CDs.
Gary Lane reporting for 18 Eyewitness News. The Farmington Ministerial Alliance Food Pantry will be having their ribbon-cutting ceremony this Friday. The pantry recently opened next door to the Ministerial Alliance thrift store in the Holly Tree Center. The public is invited to attend. The ceremony will be at 1:30 on Friday. The food pantry is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. until noon. Senate Leader Tom Dempsey of St. Charles announced this week the creation of the Senate Interim Committee on Capital Improvement Assessment and Planning. Dempsey said the committee may hold public hearings to gather input on state capital improvement needs. Dempsey named Senator David Pierce of Warrensburg as chairman of the interim committee. Pierce said the interim will give the committee time to visit the priority projects and study the needs. The Senate Interim Committee on Capital Improvement Assessment and Planning will consist of 7 senators, 5 representing the majority party and 2 representing the minority party. The committee report is due by December 1st. A last-minute move by Missouri lawmakers could make it easier for a Chinese conglomerate to buy one of the biggest pork producers in the U.S. Legislators agreed on their final day of work in May to remove a ban on foreign ownership of agricultural land in Missouri. That change sets a foreign ownership limit at 1% of the state's agricultural land, subject to approval by the Missouri Department of Agriculture. The Northern Missouri lawmaker who spearheaded the plan, Republican Representative Casey Gloomsey, says his bill was unrelated to Shanghai International Holdings' planned purchase of Smithfield Foods. That deal was announced on May 29th. A Smithfield spokesperson said that the companies don't expect the sale to be hindered by the Missouri law or similar ones in other states. FBI Director Robert Mueller told Congress that the growing use of domestic drone surveillance calls for a debate on how and when they should be used. Mueller said the FBI currently uses unmanned aerial vehicles on a limited basis and only on stationary objects. But concerns over the use of airspace and the threat to privacy should be addressed as drones become more ominous. Mueller said that the FBI is developing guidelines for drone use, but the topic is worthy of debate and perhaps legislation in the future. Up next, a former Poplar Bluff pastor pleads guilty. That story coming up on 18 Eyewitness News.
For 15 years, Heartland Furniture and Appliance has been the leader in price for Restonic bedding. Whirlpool built Crosley appliances, Frigidaire appliances, sofa sets, recliners, accent furniture, and White's metal detectors. Same-day delivery with no waiting. We are fast becoming this area's leader in the home furnishing and appliance business. Need a little cash? Payday loans are available in each store. We'd love to have you come see us at one of our 3 locations on both sides of Main Street in Piedmont, Business 60 in Dexter, and next to Current River Ford in Donovan. Heartland Furniture and Appliance, 223-3200.
As I get ready to go into surgery, I remind myself what it's about. It's about God. It's about caring. It's about trust. It's about respect. It's about back pain. It's about neck pain. It's about questions. It's about answers. It's about people, not just patients. It's about you. It's about us. It is Heartland Spine. Changing lives, saving lives. That's what we do.
James Hoyt, a former pastor in Poplar Bluff, pleaded guilty Tuesday to 1 count of second-degree sexual misconduct. For his plea, he received 2 years of supervised probation. The other count of sexual misconduct was dismissed. Hoyt resigned from his duties as a Poplar Bluff pastor 9 months ago. Well, in a story we brought to you on Monday, the driver of the 2011 Chrysler 200 that was involved in the crash early Monday morning north of Deloge was arrested. Police say that 26-year-old Jordan McWilliams was driving the car at a high rate of speed and traveled off the right side of the road and struck a rock bluff. His passenger, 28-year-old Joshua Terso, was taken by Aerovac to a St. Louis hospital in serious condition. Police say that McWilliams has been charged with suspicion of vehicular assault, leaving the scene of an accident, and driving while intoxicated. The St. Francis County Jail says that McWilliams was released after a 24-hour hold. Police in Independence have arrested 2 people in connection with last weekend's theft of a 6-foot bronze statue from outside the National Frontier Trails Museum. Police announced the arrest on Wednesday but gave no further details. The statue, called Pioneer, weighed more than 1,000 pounds and cost about $35,000 when it was dedicated in March of 1990. But the manager of a Kansas City recycling business who alerted police to the suspects said that the metal would only have been worth about $578. The 2 men came to the business on Saturday with some scrap bronze that had been beaten into pieces and was unrecognizable as a statue. The pair left without a sale after employees questioned them about the metal. A former student at the University of Central Missouri will spend 3 years in federal prison for taking part in a conspiracy to hack into the school's computer network. The U.S. Attorney's Office says 29-year-old Joseph Kemp of Kansas City must also pay more than $61,000 in restitution under the sentence he received on Wednesday. Kemp pleaded guilty in April to scheming with another student to hack the computer system at the Warrensburg School from March 2009 to March 2010. The conspiracy involved downloading large amounts of data containing faculty, alumni, and student information. Prosecutors said Kemp and co-defendant Daniel Fowler also attempted to change grades and transferred money to their student accounts. Fowler, also of Kansas City, pleaded guilty in June of 2011 and is awaiting sentencing. An East Missouri woman is the winner of a $1 million Powerball prize. The Missouri Lottery on Wednesday said 57-year-old Mona Deese of Peevely bought the ticket for the Match 5 Powerball prize for the June 8th drawing at a Mobile on the Run store in Peevely. She didn't realize she was a winner until store employees encouraged her to check her ticket.
We're continuing to see heat throughout southeast Missouri. Will we see any thunderstorms towards the weekend? I'll let you know coming up. We'll be right back.
Here is your Storm Tracker forecast.
Welcome back. We do have partly to mostly cloudy skies out there right now and a warm temperature of 85 degrees. Feels like 87 with current dew point 66, 53% humidity, and a southeast wind at 7 miles per hour. Throughout the area, we will be seeing temperatures on the warm side, and right now throughout the state of Missouri, they're on the warm side. 84 in Columbia, 85 in Springfield, 87 in St. Louis, 88 in Cape Girardeau, and right now in Kansas City, 85 degrees. All right, here's our setup for the next few days. We will see a possibility of some isolated thunderstorms. There's about 20 to 30% chance. Otherwise, partly sunny. And then we will also see warm temperatures throughout the area as the heat continues throughout southeast Missouri. Like I said, we do have that chance of isolated thunderstorms down to in our area, but there is a good chance of some heavy rainfall up to the north in Iowa. We won't see any heavy rainfall through our area for a while. Forecast for tonight, 66 to 69 degrees for your overnight low. Partly cloudy skies, otherwise isolated thunderstorms, light to variable winds. Then for tomorrow, a partly sunny day, isolated thunderstorms. Don't be afraid if there is a possibility of some thunderstorms out there. 89 to 91 does it for our daytime high. Looking ahead the next several days, the weekend's finally here. We will see a partly sunny sky on Saturday, 90 degrees, 90 and partly sunny on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Temperatures around that 90-degree mark. Plenty of sunshine, so not bad there. Then we see some isolated thunderstorms on your Thursday and a high of 88. Don't forget to get the latest weather information on our website. It's KDKZ18.com.
More than 70% of the U.S. experience back or neck pain within our lifetime. For many, it goes away within 4 to 6 weeks. But some require more than just time. If you need help treating your back or neck pain, contact Dr. Frank Hayward at Heartland Spine Institute. Dr. Hayward is the area's expert in minimally invasive and laser spine surgery. Tiny incision, big results. Changing lives, saving lives. That's what we do.
I'm Stacy Johnson. Ready for a recipe that'll feed a family of 4 a feast for less than 15 bucks? See what's cooking just ahead on Money Talks News.
We all want to get the most for our money, especially when it comes to food. So how about a meal for a family of 4 for less than 15 bucks? This week's Frugal Family Feast features a scrumptious potato soup with sausage and onion.
I'm Stacy Johnson, and my friend here, Chef Ray, he's a resident chef at Publix Aprons Cooking School. He is going to make a feast that is going to feed a family of 4 for less than 15 bucks. What do you got for me today, Chef Ray?
I have a sausage, onion, and potato soup.
Sounds fabulous. What goes in it?
We start off with some mild Italian sausage, some onions, potatoes, water, Italian seasoning, spinach, and then finish it off with a little bit of cream.
Sounds great. Throw it together for me.
All right, so I have some sausage that are already browned.
Yep.
We added some onions, softened those up. We're gonna add our potatoes. We add some water. All right, a little bit of spinach.
Okay.
Some Italian seasoning. We cook that for about 10 minutes, and then comes the fun part. We blend it.
My part.
That's
Okay.
your part.
So I just put this in here. This is when it becomes soup.
Yeah.
So how long do you do this for?
Well, you're looking for the consistency you want, maybe a little bit watery.
So I can see it's already starting to become soup. But since we don't have all that much time, I will go ahead and show you what it looks like when it's done. Let's see what it tastes like. Now that is some fabulous soup. It really is. You guys need to get the recipe for this. Go to MoneyTalksNews.com. Just do a search for Frugal Family Feast. It is delicious. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
As Stacy said, he's got a lot of information and links at his website. To get there, just go to our website, KDKZ18.com, and click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyles menu. We all know bubbles can be fun. What if you could get great giant bubbles that glow? Our science guy Jason Lindsay with Hooked on Science shows us how by using a few ingredients from around the house.
My science helper Madigan and I are playing with some bubbles. Typically we do that in the summertime outside when the temperatures warm up. How would you like to make super bubbles that glow? You can by using a few ingredients from around the house. All you need is some dishwashing liquid, some glycerin, which you can get at your local department store, and a glow stick. Parents, you should only do this part of the experiment. Crack your glow stick, mix the 2 ingredients, it starts to glow, then cut the top off and pour it into your bubble solution. Now, I made a wand here by using an old coat hanger. Madigan has a special wand over there as well, and she's having fun blowing that. Now, here's a giant super bubble. Ready? Take a look at that. Isn't that awesome? And if it's completely dark, unlike the studio here, they will glow just a little bit. We're creating giant bubbles, and of course you can get all the details on this by going to our award-winning website. That website is hookedonscience.org.
Go to KDKZ18.com and click on the Hooked on Science link under the Lifestyles menu for this experiment and others that might get you and your entire family hooked on science.
We all need to take responsibility in our lives and start thinking about how do we want to be treated at the end of our lives. I would definitely say Serenity Hospice Care is an expert in their field. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, there's help a phone call away. If it were me and I was diagnosed with a terminal illness, absolutely, I would choose Serenity Hospice Care.
When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
This is Sports Zone.
Yadier Molina keeps delivering the big hits. Molina hit his 5th home run off former teammate Edwin Jackson to back Jake Westbrook in the Cardinals' 4-1 win over the Chicago Cubs on Wednesday night. Westbrook wasn't particularly sharp in his second start since his return from the disabled list, but he only gave up an unearned run on 2 hits while striking out 2 and walking 3. Edward Mojica pitched for a perfect 9 inning for his 21st save in 21 attempts. The St. Louis Cardinals signed 9 players, including 7 draft picks and 2 non-drafted free agents, which included the inking of one of their first-round draft picks. 28th overall selection from St. Joseph's Regional High School in New Jersey, left-handed pitcher Rob Kaminsky was at Busch Stadium. Also signed by the Cardinals was free agent Central Missouri infielder Kyle Grishaber. Grishaber was a second-team All-MIAA and second-team All-Region pick as a utility man for this year for the Mules after hitting .354 with 18 doubles. The Royals had Cleveland starter Justin Masterson on the ropes early, but couldn't get to the Indians' solid starter as the Royals lost 6-3. Only Missourian Max Scherzer has more wins in the American League than Masterson, who struck out 8 while allowing 2 runs and 9 hits in 6.5 innings. And that's Today in Sports.
Thanks for joining us on 18 Eyewitness News. And remember, if you see news happening or there's a story that you think would be of interest to our viewers, you can email us at our website, kdkz18.com. God bless.
When you see news happening in your area, let us know about it. You can call our news department at 573-701-9590 or email us at news@DawkinsBroadcastGroup.com.
For 15 years, Heartland Furniture and Appliance has been the leader in price for Restonic bedding. Whirlpool built Crosley appliances, Frigidaire appliances, sofa sets, recliners, accent furniture, and White's metal detectors. Same-day delivery with no waiting. We are fast becoming this area's leader in the home furnishing and appliance business. Need a little cash? Payday loans are available in each store. We'd love to have you come see us at one of our 3 locations on both sides of Main Street in Piedmont, Business 60 in Dexter, and next to Current River Ford in Donovan. Heartland Furniture and Appliance, 223-3200.